Alright everybody, today I'm going to show you how to slide a 2-blade broadhead. And my broadhead of choice has always been Simmons, but you can use it on any 2-blade broadhead. You can use this method. And what I'm using to slide them with is a Dremel with a 25 thousandths rotary blade. I think this blade is like 1.25 inches in diameter, maybe 1.5 inches, and it really works well. And I've got 3 different ways that I slide them. Now this is a glue-on broadhead, so I slide it a little different than I do the broadheads that have a fixed solid ferrule. And what I do on these, and these have got the 100 grain steel insert in them, so it's not the real short insert. It's not the real long insert, and I'm talking about the tapered insert that fits up inside the broadhead, but it's kind of a medium length insert, and that gives me plenty of room to slide it, and I slide it in the ferrule in the tapered part. Let me get over here and get a good close-up of that. Maybe you can see it. And the blade, the bleeder blade fits through it like this and slides down like that. Creates a real good fit right there. And these are the old Simmons, back when Jerry was making them. These are the old Simmons bleeders. And we've got a newer Simmons bleeder right here, and I use it much the same way, except on these solid ferrule Simmons broadheads, and this is a Safari right here, I actually slot up in the blade. And I'm using these Simmons bleeders. They're the newer Simmons bleeder that's vented. And they work real well. They slide down through the slot and fit down tight on the ferrule. And it's just a little bit, you know, a little bit of wiggle room there. You'll get some that don't fit perfect. And what I do to really secure them in place, I'll put a little drop of super glue on them. Now the third way I slide, and it's not a complete slide all the way through. I actually slot these solid ferrules, and you may find this the best way to do like a VPA or whatever. And I slide a little recess down into this ferrule. And with this, I'm using these Vanderhagen thin razor blades that I get from Walmart. And these are so thin, you can actually cut them with a pair of scissors. And I've got these heavy duty bird shears here. They cut them really good. And what I end up with is a little triangular shaped blade here. Really doesn't look very, very deadly. But the thing is actually about 3/8, and you probably can't see that. It's about 3/8 thick as far as the width, 3/8 wide. So when I insert them into that recess, which doesn't go very deep itself, I end up with a bleeder that is right at 1 inch wide. It's like a little more than 7/8. And these are glued in. Create that recess. I put JB weld down in that recess. Let it set up a little bit, and it's a little tedious. Stick my blades in there, get them set, let them get hard, and then I'll add a little more JB down the side of them, or super glue or something, and get them set up really well. And it's really unbelievable to me. I expected these to be really not durable, but they're pretty durable. I've shot through ribcage shot deer over and over, and they almost never bend, almost never come out on a ribcage shot. I've shot them through the shoulder blade with these, and they'll fold back and allow the main blade to go through. And that's kind of what you want in a bleeder. Some of these original Simmons bleeders are really thick and durable. You'll never bust. I shot through an elk shoulder blade with one of these, and it was still intact when it came out the other side. So they're really durable if you like a durable bleeder. To me, this is probably my favorite bleeder setup. It's the most tedious, and like I said, I'm slotting them with a Dremel, and it's just kind of eyeballing. I get in line, you put on safety glasses, I get in line with the broadhead, and I eyeball that blade and make sure it's straight in line and not offset. And The bleeders are so small, it's not that critical if they are a little offset. they're not going to affect the broadhead flight in the same way as the main blade would if it's out of line. And I just want to say this too, and I'm telling y'all, the 2-blade broadhead is where it's at on penetration. But when it comes to poor hits like gut shots and all that, the 2-blade leaves something to be desired. And occasionally, even on a double lung, it depends on how it orients itself going in. A lot of times you won't get the blood trail that you need with a 2-blade. You add these bleeders and that's over with. Poor blood trails are a thing of the past. These bleeders, they put a 2-blade broadhead, in my opinion, they put a 2-blade broadhead up on the level of a big 3-blade broadhead for the poor hits like gut shots, liver shots, and all that. But they still have the ability to penetrate bone because the bleeder is just not enough to impede the penetration of bone, especially these thin Vanderhagen razor blades. They'll just fold out of the way. The main blade will go right on through the shoulder blade. So you got the benefits of both worlds. You got a head the size of a 3-blade. You got the penetration of a 2-blade. 2 blades with bleeders. They're the epitome of where a boat hunter should be trying to get, and that's compound shooters. No matter what you shoot, you're not going to improve on this. There's big, and they leave blood trails as good as big mechanicals, and yet they have the penetration of a 2-blade and the size of a 3-blade. They're the best, absolutely the best you can achieve, and that's what I've been trying to achieve over the last 40 years in bow hunting, is to be the best I can be, and part of that is shooting the best equipment. All right, well there you have it. That's pretty much it for slotting 2-blade broadheads. Put your questions and comments in the comment section, and I'll get back with you. There's maybe some things that I might not have covered, but I'll answer any question you have. And thanks for subscribing. We'll get back with you later. TurkeyBowMaster out.